Hi, I'm Pastor Harley Wheeler with the Broadway United Methodist Church. I have a devotion for you today. I'm reading out of Ezekiel chapter 22, verses 29 and 30, this is what the prophet says. Speaking for God, he says, "The people of the land have practiced extortion and committed robbery. They have oppressed the poor and the needy, and have extorted from the wanderer without justice. And I sought for a man among them who should build up the wall and stand in the breach before me for the land, that I should not destroy it, but I found none." Well, now there, Ezekiel describes a search by God that turned up nothing. Apparently, if we think of things that God can't do, well, he can't find people that actually aren't there. Okay, so if he goes looking for them, he was looking for someone who would stand up when something wrong was being done. Standing in the gap is something we talk about in terms of prayer, because Moses was famous for standing up before God in a perilous time and praying for the people. This is a little different that Ezekiel has, and it's interesting. It's farther down the journey of Israel with God. They knew what it meant to be called of God. They knew what it meant to live in covenant relationship with God. They knew what it meant to have God's blessings and also to encounter God's wrath. And Ezekiel was saying, the people in the land, well, it's quite the list. They oppress the poor. They practice extortion, just get money from people for no cause. Uh, Committed robbery. Well, extortion is robbing sometimes with papers and big words and intimidation. Robbery is just robbery, breaking in and stealing, or grabbing money from someone by force. Uh, they oppress the poor, oppress the needy. If you didn't have a lot, it's hard to get justice. It's hard to get your way, make your way in the world. And they've also the traveler was just told he had to give money just because. God is, quite frankly, says he doesn't like any of these things. They are against his law of love of neighbor and love of the stranger. And he says, I looked for somebody who would stand up and say these things were wrong, and I didn't find anybody. I was going to, if I'd have found that person, I could withhold my judgments from the people, but I didn't find anybody. So let's make sure God finds us standing up to say when this is wrong and something right needs to be done. That would be us for today. God bless.